So I heard you want to beat the Lost Sector fast.
Now I'll be running this Lost Sector with a very specific build that I made a whole video on. I'll briefly describe the build in this video, but I highly recommend watching the build video to fully understand how to utilize it. The link to that will be in the description. The exotic armor in rotation today will also be in the top line of the description on this video. And with that out of the way, let's hop right into the guide. Alright, now for the build today, we're going to be using my Stronghold build with Lament. This build lets you use swords in endgame PvE. Now when I did this run, I was 30 levels under power and I was using a sword and just breezing through it. Now Lament is here due to the heavy build synergy and the fact that it gives us intrinsic anti-barrier. The auto rifle gives us an additional way of doing barrier damage when we no longer have sword ammo, and the trace rifle is here for the overload champions. Now there is so much going on with this build, so I highly recommend watching the actual build video before getting into the guide so you fully understand what's going on. And with that being said, let's hop right into the guide. Alright, so jumping right in, now there are so many things here that I want to mention, but the first thing that you can see is I am running a sword in this Lost Sector. Now keep in mind, I am at least 30 levels under power here. I was running this day 3 of season 21, so obviously I didn't have any artifact levels. I think I'm 1790 something, maybe I'm 1800, but we are just using my Stronghold build that is so powerful, guys. Like literally we are so under level. Now I'm just killing ads, it's nothing impressive, but you'll see later how damn good this is. If I had infinite ammo, or if this worked with claves or anything like that, this build would be absolutely busted. So we're going to move forward, we're going to clear out those ads, and then you see there's these solar shanks, going to want to take care of them, and then it's just the overload champion. Now to deal with him, we're just going to stun him with our trace rifle, and we do have the weakened nades, and we're just going to do some Lament damage. Now one thing about these guys that's great is when you strafe left to right, they actually can't do any damage to you if you're at the optimal range. Now I was a little bit too close there, so I did take some damage. Gonna do a little bit more damage so we can finish him. Yeah, I was a little bit too close, but if you get the optimal range, they can't do any damage when you strafe left to right. Now there's these two exploder shanks here. Gonna want to watch out for them, not gonna want to run up in their face, and boom, we're good. So now we can proceed forward. Now one thing about this Lost Sector is if you're running this off of Void Titan, what you're going to want to do is right side, there's going to be a barrier champion that spawns. Now when I did this Lost Sector, I wasn't aware of this strategy, you know, I was doing something completely different, you know, you live and you learn, but I'm telling you guys now, there's going to be a barrier that spawns right side, and you are going to want to absolutely melt him before he proceeds forward, because if he does proceed forward, it's going to make all of these ads immune. Now these marauders, they have shotguns that have like crazy super chaperone range, so annoying to deal with. Definitely going to want some type of solar resist. And as you can see with the build, I am just basically finishing everything because that's giving me some crazy tankiness with the Devour, combined with the invisibility, combined with the overshield, combined with the damage resist from my sword. You guys are definitely going to want to try this build. It's so much fun. I mean, like literally we're using a sword in Lost Sectors. I mean, like we are 30, maybe 35 levels under power, and keep in mind, Grandmaster Lost Sectors are 25 levels under power, so you can see what I'm talking about. We let the barrier champion proceed forward, and now he's just making all these ads immune, and it's so annoying. Now one thing that's really great is I'm able to get those finishers off because of proximity ward. So you saw an exploder shank blew up in my face. Nice nade, by the way. An exploder shank blew up in my face, and it really didn't matter because I had the overshield from proximity ward. Very, very powerful overshield. But I'm just taking so much damage from these ads because I'm such under level. We're going to emote, but then they're going to throw a grenade at us. We're just looking for an opening here at this point. Now, remember, all this is happening because we didn't melt the barrier champion, because we're using this close range build. If you're using anything else, you're going to be able to, it's not just that we're using a close range build, it's like you can melt the champion with this build. It's just the fact that I wasn't aware of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to move forward and we're going to pop the bubble on this barrier's face, and that's going to give us the opening that we needed. Now keep in mind, I am not doing this to speedrun by any means. Like, this is going to be a long run for multiple reasons, mainly just because of my power level, but also because I want to have time to make this commentary for you guys so you guys can be keen to what's going on. Like, really, the goal here is to give you guys strategies, not to speedrun. So after we take care of the barrier, these guys are just pushovers. We're going to take care of them really easily. Going to punch this guy in the face because we have the offensive bulwark, boosting up our melee damage. Now keep in mind, there are going to be 4 snipers up ahead. We just took care of the most difficult part of the Lost Sector, in my opinion. The rest is very, very easy. So that's 1 sniper down. The other snipers are going to be on the right side where I was previously looking. One of them is a Vandal and 2 of them are the Shanks. You saw me get some trace damage off on the Vandal. The other ones are going to spawn on that little opening on the right side there, the one that's up in our sights right now, the one I was just looking at. So we're going to start hitting down this Overload Champion, but I don't really like that because we still have all these snipers alive. We're going to clear out some of these ads. You see, we have the restoration from our stronghold, just very, very powerful stuff. Now we have all the snipers in our sights. That's one sniper down. We have 2 snipers in the back. We're just going to get that nice 50% damage reduction from blocking with our stronghold. And then we're going to start hitting these trace shanks down. Now, what I like to do is tap click, as you can see, with my trace rifle, because that's going to give us more effective range by mitigating that recoil. Gonna deal with this drag. Now we have this nice position to deal with the Overload Champion, but we're still gonna need to deal with that Tracer Shank in the back if we truly want to deal with this Overload without taking damage from the other enemy. So that's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna start hitting those. Actually, we're just holding it down. Should probably do these nice little taps here. Nice love taps. Okay, got him down, and now it's just the Overload Champion. Gonna beam him down, stun him. Move forward a little bit to that optimal range where we can just strafe left and right without him doing any damage. Let's see if we pull it off there. You can see it now. We're taking no damage from him because we're at the optimal range, strafing left and right. Gonna throw that nade at him. And what we're gonna do here is we don't have enough ammo to stun him, but we have enough ammo to actually pause the health regen. And that's gonna be enough damage to actually take him out. And now we can proceed forward. Now in this next area, there's gonna be one barrier champion, and he's actually making some snipers immune, so you're gonna want to watch out for that. Gonna throw our shield throw, that's gonna make him volatile, and then we're gonna proceed forward with our bubble. Now at this point we are going to just sword everything down. I mean, there's not much to it. We're gonna absolutely obliterate this guy. Now keep in mind, guys, we are 30, maybe 35 levels under power here, using a sword in a Lost Sector with higher difficulty than a Grandmaster Lost Sector, or Nightfall. I don't really know what to say. This build is so damn good, and it's so fun. Just the fact that we're using swords is just so cool to me. You don't see anyone doing that, you know? Everyone always plays from the back of the map. So this can be you. Definitely go check out the Stronghold build. Now, at this point, we're going to clear out some ads, but that's not really our main focus. Our main focus at this point is boss damage. Now, one thing that extended the length of this Lost Sector run by a fair margin is the fact that we don't really have any ammo. It was like I was saying, it's the one drawback of this build. It's the fact that, you know, it's only good when you have sword ammo, and Lament doesn't have the best ammo economy, so we are literally just stuck here doing auto rifle damage. This is quite pitiful. Now keep in mind, after we reach a certain damage threshold, a barrier champion will actually spawn in. So I think I'm just going to skip ahead until something decent happens, because I don't want to just sit here showing you guys auto rifle gameplay, you know what I mean? One thing to take note of is this optimal position that we're standing in. We're standing just at the perfect level on the stairs where the boss is actually doing no damage to us. Now you see we have reached the correct damage threshold for the barrier to spawn. Seems like that's about, you know, a little bit of him having his first health bar left, and then he'll actually spawn in the barrier champion. So at that point, we are just obviously going to kill the barrier because he's making everything immune. It's the only thing we can kill at this point in time. We're going to proceed forward. Now, it looks like I was going for the bubble. Now, I want you to take note of how I am literally standing on top of a barrier champion and the boss, but I am just taking no damage. Now, I am in a bubble, mind you, but I leave the bubble multiple times, and it doesn't matter. Like, I'm just taking no damage. I have 50%, and I'm 30 levels under power. I have a 50% damage reduction, and I'm just taking no damage, man. Now, we don't have that much Lament ammo, and Lament is our only method of stunning the barrier champion, but we were able to do enough damage to actually get the finisher off, which is fantastic. And at this point, that is the last champion. There's going to be more waves of ads that spawn in. Some of them are going to push you, some of them are melee ads, but at that point, it's just so easy. So I'm just going to skip ahead until we get to the next damage threshold, because there's really no point in showing you guys this full run. Okay, it looks like we've reached the damage threshold, actually, but we're just going to be aware of that. We're going to be aware that these guys are going to try to push us. We have one sword ammo left, so we're probably just going to end up doing some trace damage to them. I don't think I actually want to waste my trace ammo, but okay, we're using it. Throw a grenade at them. Yeah, switch back to the auto rifle. That's what I was hoping I would do, because we don't have that much trace rifle ammo. We don't want to just sit here and make this take longer than it needs to, melting the boss. We're definitely going to want to use that trace on the boss, so we're going to get some damage off on him where we can, kill the ads where we can. We got the nice overshield from my barricade, which is essentially a healing rift with the Bastion aspect. Gonna kill these guys, throw our nade again, and then we can get back to the boss damage. I'm not even worried about that nightmare drag on the right side there. Like, honestly, if he wants to push me, he can. He doesn't seem to push you that much, though. He doesn't, like, he really only does damage to you if you move forward. I say that, but then I take damage from him. But yeah, oh, actually, that seems like that was some other ad that was doing damage to us. Seems like there's multiple damage thresholds where more ads will spawn at you, but honestly, it's really straightforward from this point, guys. I don't want to drag this video out. That is the majority of the tips there. You know what to do, so let's just skip to the end where we actually get the Lost Sector chest. Okay, actually, I want to show you this. This is so cool. I say that, I keep saying I'm going to skip forward, but look at this, man. I am literally just sorting a boss down surrounded by ads. Now, we are going to actually move back, but this is just absolutely hilarious to me. Look how much health regen I'm getting from the restoration. We're going to have to move back, but that is just absolutely hilarious. Okay, we got some more heavy ammo, so I think that's actually it. We're going to pick up that heavy ammo. Unfortunately, we had to pop our bubble there because we were surrounded. I would like to pop the bubble on top of the boss, but sword ammo is all we need. We don't need a bubble for the boss. We are just going to absolutely obliterate this boss. But we're going to die because I didn't have guard ammo. Now, that's one thing, or guard charge. That's one thing you guys are going to want to look out for with this build. If you run out of guard, you're not going to be able to get that 50% damage resist from blocking. And when you do your full lament attack, you actually do lose all of your guard. So you're going to need to, like, you know, do some light attacks to get that guard back up. But yeah, now the boss is dead. And we're just going to proceed forward and grab the chest. Really weird lost sectors today, guys. If you are a higher power level, it's probably going to be much faster for you. And that's going to be the guide, guys. Don't forget to watch the build video. Hopefully this helped. If it did, be sure to subscribe as I post lost sector guides daily. Either way, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next video. Peace.